The Commanders go ahead and introduce new offensive coordinator David Blough and defensive coordinator Daronte Jones. We find out more about them. Do we like them? Do we don't? How we feel about this new philosophy? How is are we good? Is it good? Is it bad? You know what? No talking. Let's just get straight to it.
What's up, man? Check out Off the Bench anytime you get a chance.
Hey, Off the Bench, it's 89. Check it out.
What up? What's good? What's happening? It's your boy Big Herb, and welcome to another episode of Off the Bench. We are on the road to 1,000 subs. So before we go any further, please do your homeboy a favor, hit that like, comment in the comment section, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell notification so you could be abreast of what's next on Off the Bench. Man, so we got an introductory of David Blough and Daronte Jones. And wow. Impressed, yes. Hyped, yeah. Excited, yeah. But also, I have to go ahead and do my due diligence as a fan because we did the same exact thing when the other offensive coordinators and defensive coordinators was here. So I have to check my temperament on how the Hornets situation is going. But in the meantime, we can sit here and still talk about exactly what took place during the press conference a couple of days ago. So for starters, let's get straight into it. Dan Quinn addressed the media. So with the Hornets situation, with him jumping on, I thought it was going to be something like, hey, he gets on there real quick, do a little spill. He addressed the Hornets situation with Sonny Jurgensen and Mr. Wilburn. He addressed their passing, so he wanted to send his condolences to the families. He also addressed the whole situation with the Washington Post, because if you haven't heard, the Washington Post has closed down their sports section, which is another situation that we'll get into later on eventually. I think it's sad what happened with the Hornets, because I'm growing up on the Washington Post. It's sad to see that they closed it down. But dealing with that, they left 3 seats for the beat reporters who originally would be there every single time. So I thought that was that showed a lot of class going on and doing that. Then the next part that he addressed was starting off with why he went ahead and fired the other 2 coaches, and why he made these 2 hires. As far as on the offensive side, Cliff Kingsbury, I don't think was a real big problem. I think it was just more so time to where it was a change was needed for the development of Jaden Daniels. And I mean, if we're being real, he has to make the next step. You can't just be you can't have a talent like that and just still run the same college offense. I mean, you need to expand at some point. And I think going on with the Hornets situation with them going ahead and firing him, not firing him, but letting Cliff Kingsbury go. The time was needed. And let's keep it a buck. If things was going the way that we really wanted, Cliff was going to be gone anyway. If we went to the playoff again, made it to an NFC championship again, Cliff would have been gone. So, I mean, and I think I do think that Adam Peters had a plan as far as him already being on his way out the door. So this way we can go ahead and build on the next step. I think the situation just happened the way it did, and we went on about our business. And we all know the situation with defense. Defense was just ass. You had to let them go. Bringing in somebody like a David Blough was good for his development. He also said as far as like he wanted to go ahead and switch on to having an under center type, have JD5 under center. So, and I mean, in all honesty, that's the best way to use him, to go ahead and expand his the run game, expand the play action plays. He's way too dynamic to just put him in shotgun and then go peel off and run it a couple times here and there. And I think that was it was the right decision. But also DQ was talking about the Hornside situation with Wes Welker. Wes Welker, he is now offensive assistant because Brian Snyder last year had cancer, and he took on the mantle of his position. So I want to send a shout out to Brian Snyder. Hope that you recover, sir. Cancer is a bitch, and we hope that you go into remission, sir. So salute to you, my man. Next up, he was talking about other coaching changes. Hold on a second, just want to make sure my notes is up here real quick, because we did talk about. I did see he did address every single situation as far as with the new coaching arrangements. So for starters, Andre Coleman is the assistant wide receiver and returns coach. In all honesty, it kind of looks like a Jalen Lane coaching situation. Anthony Lynn is the running backs coach. I wonder what's going on with that one, because not only was he the running backs coach, he was the running game coach as well, coordinator as well. I think because the whole entire the way the run scheme is now, as far as it's not man-on-man blocking, it's zone blocking. Jesse Madden, the grandson of the Hall of Fame and famous John Madden, he is assistant running backs coach, so he gets a bump in his pay because he was I think he was quality control last year. Darnell Stapleton is the new offensive line coach. We addressed that a couple weeks ago, so that was a good thing to see. Shane Tobe is the assistant offensive line coach. Wes Welker, like I said earlier, he's an offensive assistant. Dan Quinn also said last year he was working on the defense, which originally I didn't know that this was going on, because as far as coaching wise, they usually try to start you off on the defense on the opposite side of what you're really good at. So this way, I guess you can get a picture on how the whole situation is as far as being on the other side of the field. We don't just want you to be a one-trick pony, so I understand that. Also, George Banco is the assistant linebackers coach. Tommy Donatel is the defensive backs safeties coach. William Gay is the defensive backs cornerbacks coach. Daryl Tapp took the demotion, but is still here. He's the assistant defensive line coach. John Pagano is the outside linebackers coach. DJ Williams, son of legendary quarterback Doug Williams, is the quarterbacks coach. And Eric Henderson is the defensive line coach. We addressed that a couple weeks ago. Also going into what he also addressed, losing Bobby Johnson was more so a philosophy thing that he addressed. It wasn't like because let's be honest, Bobby Johnson was a very good coach here. Our offensive line turned out very well. It was just a situation that you had to deal with as far as with losing him, because it was just a change of philosophy. Same thing as far as like with the Hornside Cliff thing with Cliff Kingsbury. It was a change of philosophy. We want to try to change things up so we can build upon what JD5 is. He also said JD had no say so in the hiring of David Blough. which I find kind of interesting, but not in a bad way. I think it's just the fact that he went ahead and said, "Hey, we're gonna hire him, David Blough." We took into consideration how he works out with you, and JD5. In all honesty, if you looked at him on Radio Row during the Super Bowl, he was fine with the. He was like, "Hey, Cliff is my guy," but at the same time, it was like, "Hey, I got what's his name? David Blough is still a great coach. He challenges me all the time, so I think it's a good thing to have him on there. If you guys see every single time while they're doing practices when they're hitting the little quarterback, the ball tossing, or they call it pig. I think that's what they do. It's kind of like horse. He's the one. David Blough is the one that's challenging them all the time. Also, Daronte Jones, which I found this one very interesting, is going to be calling his own defensive plays because Dan Quinn is taking the lead as far as being the CEO of the team, as far as coaching wise, being more like letting his coaches delegate the situation. As we've seen, like last year, when it came down to defense, he could have took that mantle a whole long time ago, but he was like, "Nah, I really don't," until it got to a point to where it was like, "Nah, I got to let him go." And so with having that and then dealing with the whole entire situation with last year, he just didn't want to be the one to have to take the reins of the defense, of calling defenses. And the same thing goes with as far as David Blough, where he will be calling the offensive plays and and he will be delegating the offensive side. Dan Quinn needs the one thing I need him to do as far as if he's going to take on the CEO role, do better with clock management. Because last year it just wasn't that good at all. He stumbled mighty a bit of times when it came down to it. Not going to say he was the worst, but he was definitely not that good. So that's one thing I wanted to address as far as with the whole entire thing with DQ addressing. Now, me personally, I'm going to go in this order. I was going to go in the direction of how it was when it came down to who was I most hyped about being coming in as a coach for the press conference. I feel like David Blough really should have went first because Daronte, man, I was excited as hell. So in this situation, I'm going to go ahead and address David Blough's situation when he got interviewed for the press conference. So for starters, David Blough is the second youngest coordinator in the NFL. I forget the guy's name, but I think he's the offensive coordinator or offensive coordinator for the Ravens. He's 29. David Blough is 31, I believe. Or if he's 30, I think he's 30, 31. So he also was he put out the fact that he was grateful for the position, but not surprised to be the offensive coordinator. Because and I kind of like that because it's like, hey, don't get it twisted. I'm grateful for the position, but bitch, I deserve to be here. Like I'm that guy. I'm him. So I kind of like that confidence that he was saying. He says he has had a plan since he came to DC. He also said the Commanders were aware of that and treated him as such. So he's been taking notes. I mean, obviously we know the whole entire situation when JD5 in his rookie year, that play where he beat the Eagles on the last play, that was David Blough's play. And they even addressed that in a press conference. And he was like, well, yeah, I mean, I've been designing plays since I was a backup quarterback in Detroit and over in Arizona with Cliff. So he's been doing this for a while. And a lot of people were saying like, yeah, if you remember when he first got brought in here, everybody was looking at him as a good candidate for future down the line, possible head coach at some point. Being a whiz kid when it comes down to it. So it's good to see that his work is paying off because he went ahead and kept on drawing up plays, doing his best at coaching as an assistant quarterbacks coach then turned into QB coach because Tavita Pritchard took the job over in at Stanford as the head coach. So salute to him. But yeah, he said that he really felt confident about being the next OC here. And the Commanders really didn't want him to leave anyway because he was getting ready to go to Detroit because Detroit interviewed him. He also says JD5 will be under center more because it opens up the run game and play action, which, like I said before, I think this is the best move for him. You get him on you get a heavy dose of run. You get Bill and whoever it is that we bring back here or bring onto the team, get a healthy run game going through, and then you go ahead and hit him with a bootleg. And here's the thing, with JD5's talent, he could either scramble for 15 or he could loft one for 40. So, I mean, it opens up the whole entire offense with him. And I mean, like prime example, when I think about with his elusiveness and getting the ball down the field. If you remember the Browns game that he had in his rookie year, when defender was coming off the edge on the right side, he went ahead and juked out of one or two players and then lofted that motherfucker down to McLaurin. So yeah, I like the situation that we're dealing with as far as what's coming on as far as this. He also says Commanders communication between center and QB is the foundation for playoff teams. And if you look at it, like all the great teams that's ever been around, you look at Jeff Saturday and Peyton Manning when they was playing together in Indy. You look at I'm trying to remember. I can't remember the dude's name. Tom Brady and his center. But you also look at like how all the great quarterbacks have that great communication with their center. And I mean, I think that it's it's safe to say that our QB and center is actually pretty tight. Seeing that both of them were in the same chunky soup commercial with Tyler Biotis and JD5, even though he put the blame on him when it came down to changing the room. So, but another thing that he said, having a QB under center is something he's been convicted about. He's been like, I have to put this dude under center. And even if you look at it as far as like, we were I think we've only run in all the plays that we played all year, the hundreds to thousands of plays that we played. He's only done, I want to say 30, maybe 45 plays under center. So yeah, we need to do better with that. It opens up the offense when you do it. Not saying that you can't run a college offense. Not saying that you can't do go into do shotgun or whatever. But sometimes it's best to go ahead and work on that. He also said JD5 has not JD5 might not love the huddle, no huddle and shotgun, not having the no huddle and shotgun, but David Blough doesn't care, and he believes it's going to make him better. So it was good to see that he reiterated it. He also said he's really excited to challenge JD5. I think that that's going to be amazing because you don't want him to get just stagnant. And it's also good to just see that he's challenging him because I want to see my quarterback be like, nah, I don't like this. Well, I mean, you show me otherwise. I mean, do something about it. And he's gonna put him in situations to learn from it. And it's just like, hey, I believe that you can do this, but show me that you can do it. I love that the whole entire situation with them being, hey, I gotta go ahead. I'm gonna challenge this dude every single day because it's only gonna make him better. Another thing that they was talking about, he wants JD5 to beat people between the ears and how he does that to take him to the next level. Not only is the fact that he is a great runner on scrambling, but you want to make sure that you could beat him when it comes down to like they shut down the run for you to they put a spy on you or something like that where you can't go ahead and pass the ball. I mean, run the ball. Okay, show them otherwise. How could you beat them? How could you beat the coverage? And I love that. I mean, yes, you can go ahead and use your whole entire way of changing up the whole entire adjusting to the play, but damn it, beat them between with your brain. Go ahead and figure out what that next what's the name, how to beat that coverage, and I love that. What else? Wants JD5 to beat people. Oh, yeah, I already said okay. JD5 has been working on his 3, 5, and 7-foot drops since the end of last season when he couldn't play to finish off the season. So it wasn't. I guess it was more so like, hey, did he predict this happening? But or what I truly think it was just the fact that, hey, I want to challenge him. I want him to do better. I want him to do work on other things, expand his game. Another thing that he was talking about, he wants to have something. He wants to have the same thing look different, and the different things look the same to keep defenses on their toes. It's a famous saying that Bears coach, what's his name? Damn, I'm losing my train of thought. The coaches for the Bears, because he was Johnson, Coach Johnson. He was with him then, and David Blough was with him in Detroit. So yeah, he wants them. That's one of the sayings that he followed, bringing here. Also, he thinks Bill can be a number 1 running back on this team. I hope so. I hope this brings something different to it, and I mean, I hope that this could be something that Bill could be a stepping stone to go ahead and be the number 1 running back on this team, or if they could bring somebody in here or resign somebody back. What can I think Bill is actually can be? I think Bill is on a trajectory. I think Bill is on a trajectory to become the number 1 running back, whoever comes in here. Now, if he gets like a Breece Hall in here or a man from Seattle come in, that'll be good. Walker, that'll be good to bring him in. But I think that'll be a great 1-2 punch. But still, I think that Bill has the chance to actually do something in his offense and be one of the best in the league. I mean, you can see, honestly, I think he was arguably, not saying he was, but he was arguably the best rookie running back this season. There's the argument for that. As a Genty, I think he just his situation was, hey, he just had a bad team, but he wasn't far off from Bill. Bill was giving him that work as well. So I mean, it's good to see that. But the number 1 thing that I thought, I mean, not the number 1 thing, because obviously JD5 is the centerpiece of this offense. But the one thing that I did really love to hear is that he said Terry is going to get no less than 10 targets a game, and making him a focal point on the offense, which we have been asking for years. I mean, you look at the whole entire situation with the whole entire situation. We've been asking this for him, Terry, to get multiple targets. You look at the situation in Cincy with Jamar Chase, got 19 targets in 1 game last year. You look at the whole entire thing with how like the top receivers, Jetta, what's his name, CeeDee Lamb, when he was healthy, Tyreek Hill. You got multiple balls, got multiple passes thrown at you, Pauls. You got multiple targets thrown at you, and it's just like, hey, he deserves this shit. We've been only asking. I think the most he's ever had as far as catches a year was like 82, and that was the first year that JD5 was here. And then even looking at it from the standpoint of this, you had what's the name? I think the most targets he's ever had thrown to him was 100 and maybe 20, where the average is at least at minimum 150. So I think that it's about time that we just stop BSing and give him the respect that he deserves. Looking into the comment section, Ronco, we got a straight nerd as as our offensive coordinator, and I love it. Also says he cares about drawing up plays. Yes, I agree with you wholeheartedly, and I love the fact that he's a fucking nerd. I love it because this is what you want. I mean, you want a bookworm for a quarterback, for offensive coordinator. It's something that we have been asking for the longest time. Cliff, he never really came off as a bookworm to me. He came off as a guy that he's like, look, I'm drawing up my shit. I know what I'm doing. He had that confidence in him and everything. So it's good to see that. But I don't know. It's just something about me. I kind of wanted a bookworm for a quarterback, for an offensive coordinator is what I'm asking for. But before we get into the whole entire situation with Daronte Jones, let's get a quick run from our sponsor today. So let me fill you in on W. W is a powdered energy drink that replaces other inferior caffeine beverages. It contains 0 maltodextrin, 0 fillers, 0 artificial colors or dyes, and is no proprietary blends. The star of the show is our caffeine fruit extract, which helps you focus with no jitters or no crashes. Can't even front, man. This is a pretty tasty beverage. I recommend that you go online to w.com to go ahead and get your own shaker bottle, your own Japanese energy blend that they have on here. This one, Japanese yuzu, like I said before. You can go on and get different type of flavors that they have on there and go ahead and order yours. And here's the thing, when you go on there, go ahead and type in the promo code ODBHTTC for 10% off on all your products. Secure the dub with W and make sure that you go and get that 10% discount with the promo code ODBHTTC. Also, before we go any further, guys, let's go ahead and hit the comments one more time. Ronco says, Cliff was good and giving Noah Brown 75 targets a game. And we begging him, like, throw the ball to Terry, bro. Stop targeting Noah Brown, please. And thank you. Dude, oh, man. I couldn't agree with you more because I was like, yo, how is Terry the best receiver on this team? And he only has 4 receptions. Meanwhile, Noah Brown has like 7 on 10 targets. I'm like, bro, what's going on, man? But also, before we go any further, please help. Let's go ahead and try to build this channel that we own by hitting the comments, like my man Ronco is doing right now. Please be sure to hit that like, comment on the subscribe to the channel and hit that bell notification so you can be abreast of what's next off the bench. And without further ado, let's get to the guy who had us hyped as hell for the whole entire press conference, and that's Daronte Jones. So let's start off by saying this. Daronte has a plan. He and that's an understatement. And the one I want to say, the first thing that I love about this guy, he is PG till he dies. PG County, stand up. Grew up in Palmer Park and was excited to come back home. So that was good to see that he was when he came in, he addressed that. Said coaches has to teach the coaches that he was with has taught him versatility and adaptation. Man, we needed to do that because I felt nothing when it came down to defense last year. I love the fact that he's teaching adaptability and versatility. Another one, he says he wants to maximize what they do well and to minimize what they don't. And it's kind of like the whole entire situation with trying to fit a square peg through a round hole. Stop trying to do that. If the guy is good on zone coverage, don't put him in man. I mean, don't, go ahead and put him in a position to where he's going to succeed better. Linebackers, if he's better running on blitzes, use him on blitzes. Don't just have him going into coverage if he's shitty at going into coverage. It's not a good idea, and you get burned for it every single time. He says also defense will be very, very, very aggressive. He says also, and I love the fact that we were, because we weren't at all. I mean, we didn't draw up any blitzes like that at all, if any. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that is going to be masking his defense like that. The one thing when asked what is about his base defense, is it a 3-4 or is it a 4-3? He says it doesn't matter. It's just numbers, and we'll run multiples. Uh, he said it's not where they line up, it's where they wind up. And honestly, that was the one thing that he said that had me like, oh shit, we we got a guy here. Before we go any further, let's look in the comment section. Ronco, dude, I'm about to get into that, man. You trying to spoil it right here, so I mean, but since we already here, I mean, let's address it. He said that he wants to build. He said Ronco says an IEP for every individual. What do you do? What do you do that helps you learn? And I love when he said it's about where you line up is where you wind up. He's speaking my language. We got it right, dude. I just let me just go ahead because that's deep down in my notes. Let me just go ahead and put that out there right this second. He has an IEP for every defensive player, an individual education program for every. He's only been here for 2 weeks. He's already broke down for every single player. Yeah, I'm trying not to get too hyped about it because, I mean, people can just sit there and talk and shit. This dude knows what the hell he's doing. He's like, yo, it's showing me off the rip. He's like, I know what the fuck I'm doing. I got this shit. And I mean, it only took y'all about like, I was only the last person to get interviewed for this. So I mean, I know what I'm doing. And I get it. This is why DQ was like, yeah, I want to bring him in. He also says he wanted to build relationships with players, and that's how you build trust. And yeah, when I coached in high school, when I coached high school football, the one thing that I was able to do is have a great relationship with some of the kids. Even still, to this day, some of them I'm actually still cool with. One of them is actually one of them was my barber before he left town. And is you build those relationships where, yeah, I want you to go ahead and build something great as far as you on the field, but you get that trust when you actually go ahead and start working with each other, not just working with each other on the field, but off the field as well. Hey, what are you doing in life that's helping you out? How's your family doing? What's your why? Things like that. And like, if you look at it, because it was put out there, shout out to Reedy and Z for bringing Duran on. He was a former player with Daronte Jones. He was saying, as far as like some of the things that he used to do is, what's up with class? How you doing? And he also had like situations where you had some kids that actually didn't have anything to eat. He would bring them in and actually have them actually like, hey, get something to eat, and I want you to go hungry. So I mean, that's also good to see that he was doing, as far as with that, just building those situations with every single player, so where later on down the line it's going to mean something, and not just on the field, but off the field as well. I think that's dope as hell. He's being at LSU DC gives him an edge, because you look at the other people who we was trying to bring in with the other candidates. Majority of them has not called plays, so we have a situation where he's had experience with being able to call a defense on his own. So he knows what to do in the situation. He's been coaching for 20 plus years at this point. Going in the comment section real quick, Ronco says 2 weeks. We ain't never heard nothing like this from Joe Witt Jr. And he's a teacher. You watch Louis T? Yeah, I do. Man walked off when he heard we need to give Terry 10 targets a game. Shout out to Louis T, by the way. That's my guy, friend of the channel. Also, just another thing that he like that what's the name? Oh, this is one of the things that had me hyped. he sounds like a big Frankie Louvu fan. He said he wants him to do what he does best, which is going downhill. Wants him to get matched up against running backs on pass rushing situations. Yeah, because if you see what he did to Saquon Barkley, he bossed his ass on that. He made him like his little bitch. I loved it. Every single thing. Yo, the one thing about Frankie Louvu, you look at you don't go from second team All Pro to just like bum in 1 year. I truly believe it was the whole coaching situation where they put him out of position. You have this screw loose oos that's willing to just beat motherfuckers to a pulp, and you just put him out of place. He's not that great going up against tackles, but I tell you, he's great going up the middle when it comes down to just blitzing the gaps up the middle. He got 8 sacks in his first year in DC. Over 100, 100 tackles, 8 sacks, got a pick, what's his name? He was a force to be reckoned with. Why the hell would you put him out of position? I don't get it. And the one other thing that I did like that he said, he wants to elevate the linebackers, and he even dropped a few names, Kane Madrano and Jordan Reed. Like, dude, you actually know about these guys? Like, I mean, and this is before he was with the team. He actually was saying, like, dude, I really feel like I could go ahead and bring these guys in and do something with them. Ronco says Saquon wanted no parts of that after he got absolutely blasted. He said, yeah, you got it, home. You got it, bro. So, but no, like, I mean, and I love to see that he wants to see Jordan McGee and Kane Madrano go ahead and do damage on this, do damage. And I mean, because he did address the fact that we do have young talent on here. You would have never known that because we played all the old guys last year. So it was good to see that he actually did go ahead and address that. He said he's already talked to the majority of the players, so that's also good to know. Because a lot of times it's just like, well, I'll see y'all motherfuckers when we get to the mini camp. No, like, dude, build those relationships like you said. So get in contact with all the players that all the players that you can, if they're not on vacation already. Says a number of players have versatility and adaptability, and name dropped them too. He said players like Mike Sanderstill, Quan Martin, Will Harris, Jordan McGee, and Javon Kinlaw. And he said he's going to use those guys as like the blueprint for the young and versatility and adaptability. And he ain't wrong. The one person I was questioning was Quan Martin. I mean, I'm just going to call it a spade a spade. He looked horrible last year. And to see that he actually sees like I could do that. I could work with him. I could make him look good. And you see that when he was with the Vikings last year. A lot of the guys on there, I'm not going to say that they shit, but they definitely wasn't world beaters either. And they were the number 2 passing defense in the league last year. So if you could do that with the Horns, with the team that we got, at least make them look like a top 10 or hell, even top 15, we are going to be good. He preaches ball is we always know that Joe Whitten was talking ball is like, but they weren't sitting there talking about it. He literally said in one of the one of the interviews that he was in last year, you don't get paid if you don't touch the ball. And he preaches that. And I mean, and just to show you that he wasn't playing, you look at the situation that he was in 2024 with the Vikings. They led the league in interceptions. You look at last year, they lead the league in forced fumbles and fumble recoveries. Ball is really life over here with DJ. Marco says Jartavius Martin. I wrote him off already, and he got to prove it to me. I ain't sold on Jartavius yet. We shall see. The fact that you call him by his government is actually funny as hell. But no, he has a lot to prove. Show me that same guy that we've seen in Detroit in the playoffs. Dude, do we have to separate your shoulders again just to go ahead and show it? Because when you separated your shoulders, you were balling out. I mean, I don't know. Uh, just I want to see what he's capable. Dude, he made Fabian Moreau, former Washington Redskin or football teamer or whatever, whenever the hell he played it. He made Fabian Moreau look good. That's saying a lot. He also said a report talked about the IEP. He said he has no buzzwords, but when it comes when you turn on the tape, joy will be number one. And I'm glad that he saw that whole entire situation in the press conference where Scott Abraham asked him, "Do you have any buzzwords?" And I was like, and I felt like that was a trap question a little bit. And the reason why is because, like, if he uses those buzzwords in the press conference and then shit hits the fan, then they're going to come back and say, well, I mean, you're supposed to be arriving violently, like Joe Witt said. The defense, this defense ain't for everybody. And apparently it wasn't for him, Joe Witt either. So I'm glad to see that he didn't fall for that. And last but not least, he says, he's going to have the defense dictate what the offense does. And I love that. I love the fact that he's not going to go ahead and adapt. The offense has to adapt to the defense. I love the fact that he was bringing that up as well. Another thing, he was talking about how aggressive he is as a person. And I love that. Because if this is your regular demeanor, then this is be nothing to you going ahead and just doing it off the rip. Going to the comment section real quick. Eric B. Enemy used buzzwords. Look at what that turned out to be. Joe Witt used buzzwords. Look how it turned out. Yeah, I don't give a fuck about buzzwords. I want to see what you do on the field. How could you go ahead and send this blitz from the corner and have a defensive lineman go ahead and intercept the pass? That means more to me than a fucking buzzword. I do not care. I'm saying you can sit there and talk that rah-rah all you want. I do not care. I don't. I give a fuck about a damn buzzword. But no, that's pretty much for the most part for the press conference. I will say this. I love the fact that DJ has a plan. I love the fact that Blough had that confidence, but he's a bookworm when it comes down to this shit. I love the fact that he's going to challenge JD5. I love the fact that now the one thing I did see that DJ said, I'm not just going to go. I'm an aggressive guy. I'm going to go ahead and blitz a lot and everything, but I'm not going to put these guys out of position. If I know that this guy is not good at blitzing, I'm not going to put him in there. If I know this guy works better in press coverage, man coverage, zone coverage, I'm not going to put him in something that he's not good at. I'm not going to put him in that position. Because it messes up the whole inside defense as a whole. So, and especially if you're trying to be aggressive, you be aggressive and you swing and that QB dodges it and hits you with the 1-2 triple combo. Yeah, you're going to be on the pavement. So, and I love the fact that he's aware of that. So I will go ahead and say, I love the hires so far, but I'm still going to ease my temperament because I need to see what AP does with the whole entire drafting situation because we still need the pieces. This defense and offense is not going to flourish if we don't have the pieces. So with that being said, AP, you're next, bro. Let's see what we're going to do as far as re-signing these players. Let's see what we're going to do as far as when it comes to having a deep, the drafting situation. This is what we paid you for. This is why we seen what you did the first year. What you're gonna do the next. So, but with that being said, guys, thank you for tuning in. Ronco, my man, thank you for coming in the comment section. I salute you, my brother. I also want to just say thanks for tuning in. We 45 minutes in the whole entire video, and I appreciate everybody for stopping by. Please, before you go any further, Go ahead and hit that like, comment in the comment section if you're watching this post live. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification so you can be abreast of what's next on Off the Bench. Also, get secure the dub with W. Go ahead and get that 10% off on your energy drinks by putting the promo code ODB HTTC in the promo code area. And last but not least, guys, it's been great. Like we always do. Left hand up. Who are we? The Commanders. Peace.